What is up, guys? Today I'm going to be showing y'all my entire Five Nights at Freddy's collection. So guys, this right here, this entire section of my room is my most prized possession in my entire room. So starting down here with all the main figures, I've got, of course, the original wave of figures here. Well, this Foxy and this Golden Freddy are actually the re-release versions. I did get Bonnie and Freddy too, but they were horrible, so I just stuck with the originals on here. And unfortunately, these original Funko figures were kind of terrible. In case you haven't noticed, all of these limbs are actually glued on so they cannot move, because Funko's joint system was so horrible that every time these joints would fall off. Like, you guys know, if you collect FNAF figures, you know that the Funko joints fall off super easy, and every single time I would put the joints back into the ball joints, it would crack more and more. I don't know if you can see, if the camera's too blurry, it won't focus, but these joints kept cracking and they wouldn't stay on at all, so I had to glue them all on. A lot of them would shatter too, so yeah, Bonnie, Freddy, and Chica cannot move at all except their heads. Well, Bonnie's head can't even move because Bonnie's head broke. Or the neck joint broke inside. So like, literally, these Funko figures were pretty bad. Right behind them, I've got the new toy animatronic Jazwares figures. Finally, somebody actually made the toy animatronics, though these figures are not my favorite just because of this stupid jump scare gimmick. I still don't know why Jazwares decided to add that in there. None of us really wanted that, and it really limits articulation on the figures, and it makes them look ugly because they got all those buttons sticking out the back. Though this Mangle figure, definitely the best figure in this entire collection. And right beside them, I've got the Pizzeria Simulator action figures, which is probably one of my least favorite waves that Funko ever did, except for Scrap Baby and Lefty. These were the only two good figures in this wave. Everyone else back here, Pig Patch, Rockstar Freddy, Orville Elephant, El Chip, and Rockstar Foxy, all mid figures. Because like, this is like the most random combination of characters from this game. Like, we would have all just preferred they do all the scrap animatronics like Afton or Molten Freddy. Even though Afton has a really horrible design in FNAF 6, I still think we would have all rather had him besides, like, you know, this random combo of figures. Or at least, like, you know, just make them all rock stars. Like, why do you make two Rockstar animatronics and then the rest just random? Like, that was really odd. And right behind them, I've got the FNAF 4 wave, which, again, this was also a very weird wave because we got 4 Nightmare characters, and for some reason they skipped out on Fredbear, who's literally the main villain of the game, and, you know, Nightmare himself. And instead, we got a fixed Mangle Funtime Foxy thing. Still by far the weirdest figure Funko ever made. And we also did get the Build-A-Figure Nightmarion. I can't put him on the shelf because, well, he can't stand, so there's nothing I can do about that. I still don't know why they chose Nightmarion to be the Build-A-Figure instead of Nightmare. I'll just never understand why Funko did that. It was such a dumb decision. And right beside them is the Sister Location wave, arguably the best Funko wave ever. I mean, we got all the Sister Location characters except for, well, Yendo and like Bidybab and stuff, but don't really care about those characters. And we got the Build-A-Figure of Innard, even though they forgot to put on his eyebrows. But this was a very good wave, though I lost the stage for Ballora, so I'm having to use the wall to keep her standing. Also, her arm joint snapped too, so that sucks. And a lot of Innard's joints are starting to crack. All of Funko's joints are really bad. And of course, the Lolbit figure, the extremely rare, I think that might actually be the rarest, like, FNAF Funko figure. And right over here, I've got the McFarlane building office with the miniature Golden Freddy figure. And right across this line, I've got the custom figures. Well, this Springtrap isn't technically custom, I just painted his eyes because when I got him, this is actually the re-release Springtrap, and his eyes were like really, really like crossed, like they were bad, so I just had to repaint the eyes because Funko did so bad with it. And the arm joint completely exploded. I don't know if y'all can see that because, again, the camera just for some reason won't focus. Yeah, when I tried to put the arm joint on, it completely exploded, so I had to put it back on with clay and super glue. Yeah, Funko's figures are definitely not all that great. And right there, I've got a custom Shadow Freddy figure that's, well, it's not that good, but you know, I made it from a tie-dye Freddy. It looks all right, not great though. And here's a custom Withered Golden Freddy, kind of designed it like the FNAF movie where he's got that one eye lit there. So yeah, that's pretty cool, I guess. And then down here are 3 3D printed Springtrap figures. Right here, this first one is the yellow rabbit from the FNAF movie. All 3 of these are by this guy on Etsy called the Caped Creep store, I think. If you want to get these figures, you're more than likely not going to get them because they are extremely hard to get. He only makes like 3 of these like every couple of months, and they sell out instantly. Right here, I did a custom paint job on the yellow rabbit figure, making him look like the movie version of Springtrap, what he might look like in the second movie, if he even appears in the second movie, I don't know. And over here, I've got the basic Springtrap figure from FNAF 3. Looks absolutely amazing. Yeah, just great figures by the Cape Creep store. And moving on up top on this shelf, I've got the security breach figures, the worst line Funko has ever made. Gosh, these figures are terrible. I mean, just look at that Vanny. The animatronic joints and the derpy face. Ugh, everything about her is horrible. And I've got one ruined figure here. I don't have any more of those. Got some mystery minis back there. Got some miniature Funko Pops, some miniature figurines. And back here are my 2 favorite pieces of FNAF merch. My signed merch. Right here I have a personally signed photo of Matthew Lillard. Super awesome guy. Over here I have a personally signed Funko Pop of Funtime Freddy by Kellen Goff. Also a super awesome guy. And right here is my FNAF movie poster. What I plan on doing here is every movie that comes out, I'm going to put the posters like right next to each other. So when I do get the second movie poster, I'm going to move this poster over this way. I'm going to put the second movie poster right here, and then the third movie poster over there. So that'll be pretty cool. Same thing with the FNAF movie tickets that I have. I don't know if anybody actually keeps their tickets, but I kept my FNAF movie tickets because, you know, it's just a night to remember. I love the FNAF movie. And also I do have this, it's not a FNAF merch, but it's a signed photo of Yondu by Michael Rooker. Also super awesome guy. So yeah guys, that is all my FNAF merch here. I love all these figures, though they're not the greatest, but you know, it's the only official FNAF merch we have. So it's what I have to work with. And I mean, it's all right for what it is, you know. It could be better, but it could also be worse. So yeah guys, what do y'all think of my collection? If you want to see more videos like this, leave a like, leave a comment, and please subscribe.